Whether you celebrate the 4th or Revenge of the 5th, my favorite, happy Star Wars week, and may the Force be with all of you. Alright, let's get into some news, because this is a big week. Alright, and opening things out, let's touch on all the Star Wars stuff that's going on, because there is quite a bit this week. A lot of good stuff to redeem in a wide variety of games. Not to mention, there is the new Jedi, Survivor game that came out. I haven't had any time to play that one, although everybody's telling me it's really great. I'm still trying to beat the first one. But let's jump into it with some SWTOR news. Star Wars The Old Republic. If you log in from now until 5/18, you can collect a free probe droid, the BX-24 mini pet. We grabbed that last night. It's kind of cute. It includes a 50% off collection unlock sale, and also double XP is going on during this event right now in SWTOR, so it's a good time to get on in there and grab your stuff. Anyway, sticking along with Star Wars The Old Republic, you also have a chance to redeem a Lot Sahar. Let me start this again. If you enter in the code Lot Sahar, you can receive a SWTOR Stronghold decoration, which looks like it's a pretty cute poster here of anyway, it's looking pretty good to me. I believe it commemorates one of the heroes and one of the storylines in Star Wars The Old Republic, so definitely if you're looking for some decorations and you want to have that swag and say that you are unique, this is a nice one to grab. I think it looks great myself. I have kind of a thing for Twi'leks, especially ones carrying lightsabers, so I'm going to be grabbing this one. Alright, moving along. Amazon Prime members, you can also get a free classic Star Wars game, one of the better ones. Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3D, if you're looking for that old nostalgia feeling, is free for all Prime members in the month of May, so go ahead and pick up your free copy. This article comes to us from Tom's Guide, which used to be Tom's Hardware, I believe. Anyway, I'm glad they put it out there, because I'm going to grab this one for myself. I hear free game and I'm just like, hey, I'm all over it. But this one happens to be one of my favorites from my old youth, so can't wait to get this. Alright, and moving along, I think that covers all the Star Wars news I wanted to touch upon, but definitely some good deals for you guys to grab out there. Star Trek Online has some big news too. They're teasing a new content update that's going to release next week called Unraveled. Unraveled, I believe, is going to continue along on the Mirror Mirror Universe storyline that they wrapped up in the last content expansion. So it looks pretty good there. I believe they're bringing back the same captain, one of the captains from that storyline as well too. And what I thought was really exciting is that they teased the Enterprise F. That's right. Oh, okay, that's actually some pretty cool news. So Gab is saying that the Enterprise F was in STO from the start. I'm not sure when the start was, but basically they took the Enterprise F from STO and put it into Star Trek Picard, which is pretty cool. Well, I must say it looks like a pretty cool design to me. And if they were going to take a STO ship to put into a show, this is probably a good one to go with. Well, I suppose it's pretty good for them to talk about it, seeing as how if a STO ship did make it into Star Trek Picard, I guess, hey, why not come out with a little trailer to just say, hey, we had the ship in STO first, right? Anyway, pretty cool trailer. I think it's definitely worth checking out. I'm gonna add it to my rotation for sure. Moving right along, this was a pretty big week for Mech Arena players out there. Mech Arena dropped a vlog update, and there's a lot to unpack with this one. I will blow through it real quick. Alright, so Mech Arena teased that there's a new scout mech in development, Eclipse. Eclipse has a top speed of 28 kilometers per hour, keeping it up with the fastest mechs in the game. As the name suggests, Eclipse is going to be equipped with a cloaking device, but this one's better than the one that you can find in Shadow, which, let's face it, nobody likes to use Shadow because Shadow's so freaking weak. But anyway, when Eclipse is cloaked, speeds up even faster, which is awesome, but it's also impervious and invulnerable to EMP attacks and all debuffing attacks. So that's going to make this guy a beast to deal with, a real surprise attacker on the field. Dare I say, is it the new OP mech? I don't know. I have a feeling that they're going to cap the power rating on it. They didn't really talk about that in the blog, but I'm looking for that because they have a way of balancing these things out. But anyway, it looks like this is going to be a new exciting one to add to your hangar. They also teased another mech that's going to be coming with a shoulder-mounted weapon. Well, similar to the shoulder-mounted weapon that's found on Outakes. So it'll be a mech that has a third weapon, but they didn't really give us a lot of information on that. They just kind of said to stay tuned for that. So definitely, if you're into Mech Arena, follow along and keep up with the vlogs. They also teased a new pilot that's going to be joining the game, Neve. Neve, who looks like a cyber Harley Quinn, if you ask me, is going to be specializing in close quarters combat. So, we have another new pilot to join the ranks. And also they teased that new maps are going to be coming into the game as well, too. So look forward to that. A lot of development going on in Mech Arena. One thing I do like about Mech Arena, because, I think it's kind of fair to criticize a lot of player in games because it's kind of like, they're always trying to sell you stuff in game, right? And some people will say it's pay to win. I guess to a lot of degrees it is. But they've added in a new feature recently where you can just watch commercials and get a lot of the freebies and stuff like that just by sitting there and watching free commercials. So definitely a fun game. I find myself playing Mech Arena pretty much every day because it's something casual that I can just play on my mobile device while I'm in between all the busy stuff that I've got to do. Anyway, check out this vlog. They had some good, interesting questions, including were there any plans to port it over to consoles? Spoiler alert, they were exploring possibly putting it on Switch, but they decided to just focus on PC and mobile for right now. I'm missing Prowler at 440. Come on. No, skip this. This is garbage. Saber at 170. She was helping me test it out earlier, and then she ran to the truck.
Astro, are you ready for Jumptown Mayhem?
And boom, we have some Star Citizen, and I am all wet. I'm all wet for Jumptown. Thanks, guys. You got me all wet. And anyway, while it's cloaked, all the debuffs from attackers will also not work. If only the clubbing would not work. Bass Attic, of course, coming in with the bash. Totally threw off my train of thought here. Now I've got to go back. Alright, get it out. I'm going to wait for the spin to stop and then I'll continue. Whee! Alright, Bass, I think you're down to like 2 more spins you have left. Oh, and he's got to do the blender too. Alright, Bass, the longer it takes me to get this out, the longer it takes for us to play. So hold all your pies until we get into the game. Oh gosh. Then if it breaks, he's going to be like, oh, how did that happen? I didn't even hit anything until he realized I could see the log yesterday.